Hey, hey, ladies. Hello, hello. Hope that you are doing well. First and foremost, I need to tell you, I am so excited about next week's special guest. His name is Dr. Patrick Porter. Back in 2009, he took me under his wing and he showed me probably not everything that he knows, but a lot of it. And I worked for him for 5 years and he changed my life. Absolutely 100% changed my life by helping me change my thinking and gave me tools and strategies and techniques, not only to help myself, but then to carry that on and help other people that are looking to change their mind about their health and their wellness as well. So I worked for him for 5 years. He taught me about guided meditation, hypnotherapy, psycholinguistics, which is the name of the techniques that he put together, incorporating what he knows about hypnosis, about guided meditation in general, and also NLP. It's really quite wonderful. So he's going to be with us next week to answer questions about the mind, like how it works and why it works so well. So well. Okay, so that's super exciting. That's just a little announcement and a little teaser for awesomeness to come. And today, ladies, this week we've been talking a little bit about dinner, right? We've been talking about what it is, how it is, what are the struggles that each of us are having around dinner. We've been talking about it in the group. We've been talking about it in the private coaching, in the emails that have gone out, and the lives that are shared. There's a lot of thoughts around this. There's a lot of feeling, there's a lot of emotion, there's a lot of experience, and it's been really quite interesting because I think that as human nature is we kind of tend to think that like whatever our experience is, we either it's like one spectrum or the other. It's like, oh my God, I'm the only one who experiences this. It's easy for everyone else and it's really hard for me. Or we go to like to the other spectrum where it's like, oh my God, this is so hard for everyone. There's no way out. I'm not even gonna try. Right? Kind of going from one to the other. And it's cool having a group like this to talk about this kind of stuff because it's on one level, it's like, well, who cares? It's just dinner, just eat something. And on another level, it's like, well, no, I this is my life and I want to make a change, but I'm not really sure how to. And when we're talking about our health and our wellness and our vitality and our energy, and like what we eat, how we eat, when we eat, with whom we eat, all of that stuff, it matters. It matters. It's the way in which we take the world and put it into our body. And then our body like creates us and we get to live. And then also as a social thing. So there's a lot behind it. Miss Natalia, thanks for being here with us today. I am totally going to put you on the spot right now. So, hope all the internet fairies are out there. Zoom
Please do.
land is kind of crazy, but yeah, you had such a cool experience with dinner last night. So I'm wondering if you'd be willing to share that with the group.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, we our power went out like right as I was about to make dinner. And kind of a funny side note, I was in this group of moms who this mom was like, "What are you guys making for dinner tonight? What like do you have healthy quick options? What are you doing?" And I was literally like, "I'm going to share mine, but it's not like exciting. And I was planning to make chicken drumsticks like on the grill and with salt, pepper, garlic salt is my very favorite ever. I could eat it every day. My kids hate it. They eat it. And roast Brussels sprouts and then like a salad or something. Usually I'll do something for them like a grain or something, but it was just going to be a salad, which they love. And and so then I posted it and was thinking, oh, this is so lame. And she was like, that sounds great. That sounds simple and healthy. And I was like, not expecting that because there was like these lasagnas and like all this kind of stuff. So there's a side note of what I was planning to make last night. And then the power went out. And then my husband came home and I'm like, how are we going to make this work? And so his solution was to go to the pizza place, and everything is closed here to dine in or anything like that. So we literally went to get pizza. Now, this is one of my favorite places that we never go to. It's total nostalgia for me. It's this New York style pizza. My husband and I used to eat it when we were dating and watch movies, and I got fat and it was awesome. And so I'm sitting there with this gigantic pizza in my car, in this pizza in my lap. And so what we got was a family deal where they have a salad and wings and the pizza. And so my kids are eating the pizza. I'm having the salad and wings, and with like no stuff on the wings. And I'm like sitting there saying to myself, I'm gonna like have a piece of this freaking pizza. And I didn't just say it to myself, I'm saying it to my husband. I want this pizza. And he's looking at me like, because I kept saying it. And he's like, at first he was like, yeah, yeah, like it's good. And then I kept saying it. I was like, I really want to have a piece of this pizza. Like, and he was like, what are you doing? Like, what is happening right now? And I was like, we were on a call in Rose's beautiful group that day. Yeah, yesterday afternoon. And we were literally talking about like doing it, like having the food or not having the food, like have it or don't have it, like write it down if you think you're going to have it, or whatever these things are that you can do instead of rolling around with all this craziness in the head about this freaking pizza in your lap, basically. And so one of the things was that I've heard many times and that I've experienced many times is just eat my freaking dinner. Eat my dinner, fill my belly, and then decide after that. And so that's what I did. I ate my salad and I ate my wings, and I was like, the pizza, I mean, I still could have, you know what I'm saying? Like, not
There's
that
still room.
not that it couldn't have gone down. Okay. Let's just be honest here. However, I have a lot of other space in there now that says, you're satisfied. It's fine. Because I was even like, well, I'm going to rip the toppings off. But there was one piece left in the box. One piece that none of my other crazy family members who don't devour food the same way I do left a piece of pizza in the box. And I was just like, well, I could rip the toppings off the pizza because that there's no bread, flour, sugar in that. And then I was like, I'm not even hungry. There's literally no point to even doing that. And so I didn't. And the pizza went to work with my husband today. And I got on a Zoom, I got on a little live thing and like shared with the girls last night. I just was going to bed thinking this is kind of a big deal, for us it is. And we were literally just talking about it in the meeting. And so I got on and like shared about it last night. And so, yeah, I'm like really grateful today, proud of myself and like all that stuff. And my body feels good and stuff. So yeah, I was just like sitting there with it right in my lap. What? Oh man.
Totally. I mean, it's such a kind of simple story, it's like, oh, the power went out, went with the kids, got some pizza, had a salad. Like, I mean, it could be kind of that simple. And yet underneath it's like, oh, that, that was dinner. There was a plan, the plan changed. But just like you were saying, for us, and I've been in that situation as well, where when I have like that kind of conversation like we did in the coaching call yesterday, and like talking about having that peace of mind and more space in the mind. And we didn't know that was going to happen for you last night, right? It wasn't like this like preempted, let's give Natalia some tools to deal with. This is stuff that we all deal with in our life. Like, how do we make good choices for ourselves? How do we feel good about it? How do we not miss out? Right? How do we not like I can't even be in the car? I mean, I've had those moments as well, right? It's like, if I'm can even within arm reach of that thing, it's happening. So I need to like exit myself stage left. But as time goes by and the more consistent you are, and you mentioned this as well last night when you were telling us in the group, you were like, man, the power's gone out a few times before when I've been on this journey with you ladies, and I responded very differently.
Yeah, I realized when I was done, I was like, yeah, that's the piece, because the last time the power went out at dinner, or it was running into dinner time, because it was out the entire day, and so it's like, and we knew that it could be out for a couple of days. And so I didn't even want to open the fridge. I'm like, okay, well, if I'm going to put together this food on my plate and like how am I even going to heat it up? And like, I got so just like, it's just too much. It's just too complicated. Plus, I'm trying to help these children, like with this situation we're in. And like, now we don't have the computer for school. It was so much that I just said, F it.
Mhm.
I'm grabbing whatever's in a pantry, not fresh from the fridge. And then it was on and popping for like a day and a half or 2 days. And I mean, typically I would just be off for a while,
Yeah.
beating myself up mentally, beating myself up with the food, making myself feel like crap. I learned that too. I learned that, wow, I use this to like harm myself. It's so crazy to even say out loud. But no, like the compassion piece that's in this program, and like the noticing that it's not somebody saying do this. It's not anything outside other than just me knowing this is what I want to do for myself, having experience and evidence that I feel good when I do it. I was like, yeah, this is stopping, and then I was like, all right, what's my plan? Because this isn't going to be it. But totally different experience before than this time. Yeah.
Yeah, and that I think that's the real beauty of it as well, is like that healing process. And it's something that y- you just don't really know until you experience it, but it's important that other people share their experience. Like, it's so important for me to hear your experience, and the other ladies in the group and the ladies that are listening right now, to know that it's possible, right? That there is a kind of peace and a kind of freedom around food. And it's not that like you were so like you stuck to your plan as best as possible, given the circumstances, but the thinking around it, right? Like, it's not just did you do the thing or didn't you do the thing, and it's very black and white. You're either good if you stayed on it, you're bad if you stayed off of it, or whatever. Like, all of that judgy drama kind of stuff,
Yeah.
it's like when you were describing your thought process around it, that's where like the peace and the freedom and the space to me, and the healing that has gone on, and all the work that you've done, staying true to yourself regardless of what you've eaten or not eaten, continuing to show up in that way and like be vulnerable and be like, oh my god, I'm totally in the food, but I'm showing up anyway. And that whole process, like that you I mean, it's like, oh, it's the compassion piece in the program, but I can say that all day long, right? Like, have compassion for yourself. I can post it, I can pretty color it, I can sing it. I would totally do that if it would work. Right? But like the reality is that you made the choice to internalize that and to allow yourself that space, like in your heart and in your thinking, right? Like you did that for yourself, and like now you're being able to reap the rewards and the benefits of a little bit of space between the thought and the action, even though you wanted it,
Yeah.
even though you said it out loud, even though you know what I mean? Like, so many people are like, oh, I just need the motivation. I just need the willpower, Rose. I just need the motivation. And I was like, why? I've done a lot of things when I wanted to do them. I've done a lot of things when I didn't want to do them. Right? Like, wanting, I don't know if that's really the key, right? It's like there's something else, some like really awesome. And what you said is like, wow. And like James was explaining that string theory the other day, like the power of having not just you on your own and not just the group on their own, but it's like two pieces of string that get tied together, and then they can support each other throughout the day. Like, the group is better with you in it, and you're better in the group, right? And both
Mhm.
kind of help tie and hold tight, so we're never like out there alone, right? Like
Right.
you shared, you're like, I brought you ladies with me in the car.
Totally. That's what it was like. It was like all these little sweet, how like my son's really into this like devil on one shoulder, angel on the other. Like, you must have seen it in a cartoon or something, and he's experiencing. We all have this like
Yep.
chatter inside.
Yep.
And so I just felt like I had all like angels around me, like just all this dialogue of stuff that I was like, Okay. Okay. Yeah, totally. Totally. And then, like I said, like evidence for me, that's been huge for me because that kind of stuff, me doing it and then moving forward and moving through that stuff and then going like, I did that, like then I have like this like confidence in myself and this like faith in myself. And it didn't stop me from wanting it. It didn't stop. I mean, why he finally stopped and was like, what are you saying? Yeah, because there's so many times that I've been like, I'm gonna eat that, I'm gonna eat that. And then I'm like, it's like I'm not crying for help. I'm not asking him for help. And I'm not reaching out to you ladies when I've done those things. I'm doing the damn thing, it's going. And so he was like, wait a minute, like this is getting it's kind of like, what direction is this headed in right now? Give me that pizza. But yeah, so too 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 interesting.
It is funny. I always found it very interesting, those people that leave one bite or one piece or one whatever. Like, why? Why would you do that? And probably honestly, because they don't have the mantra in their mind, oh my God, I'm never going to do this again. So might as well get it all in real quick.
Mm.
To be totally honest, that's not their train of thought.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord, we are amazing. So yeah, that's cool. Talking a little bit about dinner, I know that, there's several of us that struggle a little bit with the making um different foods. You've got a husband and 3 young children. And so I mean, it's kind of like the like little tweaks that you don't even really think of because you're kind of like inside your own space doing your own thing. And it's like, oh, that would never work. But I really found an interesting way of managing that. Maybe you can share if you've done this and this is what you do as well, is that especially when you're kind of like first starting out. I mean, your kids are real young. So like, you could be like, whatever, you don't have a choice. Eat or don't eat this. I don't really care. But if the family is kind of used to doing whatever they're used to doing, that maybe instead of like we're doing something totally different because mom's doing whatever quote diet, instead just starting to incorporate in the spread more of what works for you, whether that's like roasted veggies or steamed or a salad or keeping the sauce separate if it's something that's got some stuff in it that you don't really want, or even if it's like a meat sauce and they're having pasta and you're having zoodles or something like that, where it's not like it totally needs to be a completely different meal, just adding a couple little elements in that maybe don't have the sugar and flour and stuff that makes us not feel well.
Yeah. Are you asking me?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like, is that what you do? And have you, if yes, awesome. And how is it working? And if no,
Yeah.
then what is it that you do so that you can have what you need and they can have what they.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm really glad we're talking about this, to be honest with you, because I know that we've had a few people in the program, that have kids and they're just like, what am I even doing? Am I making different meals for everybody? Like, this is ridiculous. And it's like, there's no way I would do this if that's what I was going to be doing.
Yeah.
It's not functional for me. Um, Things shifted in a sense. And like I said, I obviously have a little bit of a judgment about it because I'm posting in that group and I'm not posting some kind of cool, like, whatever, like lasagna or whatever, like casserole or something like that. And to be honest with you, when I would make those kind of things, my kids would be like, meh. And I noticed it because at the time we were living with my mother-in-law and it was like I went through this whole to do to make these like fancy meals and my kids were like, meh, and they didn't even really care about them. And so like eating in this way where it's just so easy to like shop for and like cook for is like, it's like a typical meal that you would kind of think of in your mind, like a protein. What just happened in my brain? I like to have like raw veggies of some kind, be it like a salad or like a side of veggies or something like that. And like, sometimes there's fruit and like cooked veggies. And so it's really just whatever. And now my husband's doing the grocery shopping because of this COVID business, and he's the one out, working and stuff. So it's whatever he picks up at the store. Sometimes I put specific things, but it's really just like whatever proteins he picks up and veggies he picks up and stuff, then I figure it out. And my family, like the woman said in the group, is eating like they're eating nutritious food. And it's just like a typical dinner. And so yes, there are some tweaks, but it's not like a big deal. Like pretty much we all sit down to the same type of meal like that. And then but like they like to have like angel hair pasta with butter and parm or something like that. And so then like I don't know, I'll make myself some, I don't know, just depends, like rice or quinoa or something like that. Or I already have it. I'm really like to have things already made. So that's how I prepare my lunch. So lunch is just simple because I make the kids this like whatever kid lunches they like to have. And then I just like have my food that's already prepared and I just throw it on a plate and heat up in the microwave. But dinner is like a preparation, I'm preparing for everyone. So then it's kind of nice because it's like all, just fresh for everyone. And so those are pretty much like the tweaks that I do. And then sometimes we'll do tacos or taco salad or whatever. Super easy to make that, work for me. And there might be like every once in a while something that I don't eat, or even if we're going to someone's house and it's not something I do, like I'll just pack my food and bring my food. So it could seem and feel very overwhelming and complicated, but it really actually made everything so much simpler. I didn't have to think of ingredients to buy for the recipes and make sure everything's made. And then my family doesn't even eat it. My husband doesn't eat it either. But when I cook like this, it's like ribs and roasted potatoes and steamed cauliflower or, roasted cabbage steaks, baby. So good. And my family devours those. Every single person in my family devours those. Like you would think they were eating noodles. And so, yeah, it's turns out it's really simple. I've really been able to make it streamlined and simple.
Yeah, one of the girls was talking about how, she just was like keeping things separate, not really knowing, and she's got a couple teenage girls and, the husband and just kind of, just doing her own thing and whatever. And like over time, actually, like the girls started asking questions, which is what happened with me as well, right? Like if you're not like putting something in other people's face where it's like, well, I'm doing this, so everyone has to be doing it, but just kind of doing what you're doing and you start feeling better and lighter. I mean, all human bodies resonate with fresh, alive, vibrant, real foods with vitamins, minerals, nutrients, enzymes, antioxidants, fiber, water, protein, carbohydrates. Like we love that, right? Like our body, it knows that it needs that and wants that. So like the pushy part of it, the judgment of like, feeling sorry for ourselves that we have to, not do this and not have that and all that kind of stuff. It's a lot of it is a mindset shift. And the reality that, just like you said, it's like, oh, I was kind of nervous, like embarrassed to show my food, like in this mom's group, because they've got all this like sugary, floury stuff going on. And like, actually, I got a response of like, that looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the response that I've gotten more and more and more and more over the years is people going, well, gosh, that looks better than what I'm having, right? Like it seemed exciting to have the fried whatever, but then you look at this like incredible roasted veggie whatever thing, and you're like, oh, that's colorful. Like we're drawn to that naturally.
I've had that happen so many times. I know I've shared it with you in the group where like, we helped a friend work on their house and then they like order pizza for everyone. And I packed my food, or like we're having a birthday party. And I mean, typically it is pizza, but it's some kind of food, that I'm not eating
Mm-hmm.
and eating the same I do every day, not really, but I do love my food. And so, but I've really been shocked how many times, someone or more than one person in the kitchen will walk by after I've heated it up and they're like, wow, that looks really good. Or that smells so good. And I'm looking at their food, and I'm going, really? Because I'm going to eat this and you're going to eat that, and it's like, but we desire it. Our insides just
No,
want it.
want it.
Yeah. So interesting.
Totally.
Oh, can I?
Yeah. Yeah.
I forgot to say that, with that woman that was in our group that you were just talking about, it's literally raining out here. So something that I do too, because I don't want to feel always like it has to be complicated or that I feel left out. Like there are times where I want it to be a little different
Mhm.
and like, dare I say, like fun or whatever, with my food. And so I found that like there's certain things that my family has, like burgers or hot dogs, or when she was talking about meatball subs, right? And as soon as she felt left out because of the meatball subs and felt like it was this exclusion thing, I was like, what I've done with a reframe is how do I make that work for my food?
Mhm.
And so as soon as she said that, my brain went, Costco has chicken meatballs that are totally awesome and like right on, and no flour, sugar made the meatballs. They're totally in line. 2 ounces of marinara sauce is a condiment. Plus, if you feel like you need more, you can take from your veggie and do that and like make that work.
Yeah.
Sprinkle it with some Parmesan cheese because it weighs nothing, and like it make it work. And so what I do, like, so with
Not
the
all
hot
or
dogs, this is
nothing.
probably really strange. Yeah, I can't be.
I
It's
know.
I'm like, I can make, and there's certain things where I'm like, that's obviously nothing. I feel like crap if I eat that. That's not my food. But can a hot dog every once in a while be my food? Yes. I put a hot dog and it's all made weight or whatever, but it's like with some cheese and some pickles and even tomatoes because I'm not having ketchup, but tomatoes. And then I cut it up and like I eat it like that, or like a burger, turn it into a salad with like cheese and stuff. Oh, the other one I love, which is a very treat, is BLT salad. And
Mm.
so I'll even have the mayo in there as my fat, and the tomato and the lettuce and the bacon. And like I'm eating BLTs with my family, And so it's like that's just really important to me. Maybe everybody else doesn't have to do that, but like I just feel like I have to feel like I can like enjoy it and fit in too sometimes. So,
Totally, and care for ourselves and feel good before, during, and after. And there are ways to do some tweaks.
yeah,
Right. Exactly.
yeah.
All right, girlfriend, I do got to go, but I love you so much. Thank you for hanging out and talking about dinner with us today. Jennifer says that she is proud of you too.
Oh, Jennifer, thank you.
Awesome. All right,
That's
girlfriend, I'll talk to
so
you soon.
sweet.
Love you.
All right.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye.